Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Jeanette Byro here. I'm a medium and a channeler. Welcome to your weekday daily card reading where we dive into the cards and see what's in store with a message from Spirit. All right, how are you all doing? How's your week starting off? How's these, what did Spirit say yesterday? It was like fresh revelations and they're ready to kick into gear. So I'm curious what that is for all of you. Okay. Let's see here, Spirit. What do we have? What do we have? I have some pretty funny guides, I have to tell you. So I'm tuning in. I'm like, okay, you're all pretty quiet this morning. How are you doing? What's going on? And first thing they show me is a banana. Like, what am I going to say about a banana? And they're like, yeah, nothing. We just want to show you a banana. So, starting off with a banana. No, I'm going to go back in here. It's so funny. Interesting. Okay, so they're showing me a waterfall. And we did have a waterfall symbolism recently, but this isn't that. They're showing me a waterfall, and it's more like Niagara Falls, if you've ever been to Niagara Falls. And this time the perspective is watching the waterfall. And they're saying something really important to remember right now is just because you may not be in a position of going over a waterfall or having a massive transformation in kind of like an overly intense way because maybe you've kind of landed already, it doesn't mean, I wonder if I can explain this properly, doesn't mean you have to turn your back on those that are at the waterfall. But it also doesn't mean you have to watch the waterfall with despair. They're saying you can, I get it. They're saying you can be a conscious observer of this waterfall without taking it on. Because they're saying there are many of us that are having a hard time not taking on the plight of humanity, as they're saying, as their own. And of course, we're all human, so of course we're going to want to be a part of it and help and all that. But they're like, be sure that you are able to stand far enough away that you're not taking on the plight of humanity as your own, because you cannot change all of it just from you, but you can affect all of it by being you, right? So they're kind of like, instead of getting too close to the water and getting wet, stand back a little bit and observe it all, but you don't have to get wet. Okay, something to consider. That's a really good point of view from them. Is notice like how close are you getting to the fray of it? Is it helping or hindering? If you want to get wet, then I mean go for it. But if you're not wanting to get wet and you're bothered that you're wet, you have to pull back a little bit so you can be in an area where you can stay dry. Okay. All right, let's see. What are the cards today? Oh, and I forgot to mention even yesterday, I'm using the Light Seers Tarot this week. It's a great tarot deck. All right, let's see. Yeah. Yes, that's exactly it. Okay. So interesting. It's exactly what they were saying. Okay. So 9 of Swords is that stress and worry. It is worrying. It is staying up late at night worrying and taking it on, right? Like this girl in this card, she's taking on so much more than what is hers. And if you look at it, you have one white crow here and the rest are dark. And it's like she can only focus on what is her light, not the darkness. She can't take on everyone's darkness, only her own. But she's taking on everybody else's. And the Spirit is like, instead, focus on 10 of Pentacles, your everything card. So this is really neat. This is exactly what they're talking about. Perspective right now of where you're putting your energy so that you can pull from, right? Like where are you pulling your energy from? Are you pulling from 9 of Swords? Or 10 of Pentacles energy. 10 of Pentacles is like the everything card. It is your happiness in your relationships, in your physical life, in your health, in your wellness, pulling from the goodness of your life. Now, it doesn't mean you have to have everything in your life going well and perfect to be able to pull from it, but it means you have the capacity to see your life through this lens, and this is gratitude. right? This is totally gratitude. So are you living from Nine of Swords or 10 of Pentacles? It's your choice, okay? Pull back a little bit. Too many of us are sucked into this card, and we need to pull back and root in this card, okay? Because when we do that, we're in a totally different energy, and the energy is Wands. It's funny, I kept trying to say Wands, and then we have two Wands cards here. So one of them is, first one, we'll talk about Nine of Wands, okay? Nine of Wands is, nines are like a wrapping up energy. It's wrapping up. And it's not done yet, but we've come a long way, and we're getting wiser and smarter because of it. So this is that Knight of Wands of what's happening around us in our world, in our own individual journeys, in the collective. We've come a long way, but we're not done yet. We're not done yet. But what we need to do at this point, before we can push that final push, because Nine of Wands really talks about the final push, which is going to last a couple years still, right? Like we're still in, these next 3 years are still highly transformative. What we need to do is we need to celebrate where we are. We need to celebrate the wins. We need to celebrate successes. We need to celebrate progress, movement, healing. This is Four of Wands energy. This is celebration. We have to choose to celebrate, to keep ourselves in the right mindset so we can continue to push through, and so we can be pulling from an energy that is this versus pulling from an extremely depleting energy, which is this. This is pulling from a bucket that has cracks in it. This is pulling from a bucket that is infinite. This is light energy. So when we spend time celebrating things, small wins, right? Celebrating small wins. I still have a tough time sleeping through the night fully as I'm still working on my healing, right? Like in my mind, I would have been healed and done by last September. But there are still parts of my body, like my liver, that is needing to heal longer. And so when I sleep a longer section at nighttime, I celebrate that in the morning. I am like this, because I'm like, this is my win for the day. Instead of being like, oh man, why am I still not sleeping solid through the night? I need the sleep. I need yada, yada, yada. I'm like, no, I slept a 5-hour chunk that time. Like, look at that. Amazing. How good is this, right? When we celebrate that, we pull from this energy, and this energy is so much more healing. It is so much more fulfilling. It is lighter and brighter, and it helps us to be able to continue to move through and make that final push individually and as a collective right now. It helps inspire to do the things that bring us joy. So that's what we really need to think about in this energy. And so I'm not surprised these cards came out, considering what Spirit was talking about in the beginning. So as always, they know what's up and they know what's going on. And I just love how they bring it through the cards. And I love to be able to share that with all of you. So I hope that helps inspire you a little bit today to, like that, the Queen of Swords that we had yesterday, choose that perspective, right? Be wiser now. You are wiser now, and use that to your advantage. All right, I'll leave that with all of you. Thank you so much as always for joining me. I do want to invite you to Cosmic Consciousness tomorrow night. I'm going to be talking about Mother Earth and the amazing energies and revelations she's bringing forward. We're going to be talking about some pretty amazing things and the elements and some crystals. Like, it is so neat. I can't wait to share. It's totally Spirit-led. So if that's of interest to you about how you can connect deeper into the world you live in, the world you live on, then definitely check it out. You can sign up at avalonspirit.com under Cosmic Consciousness, and I hope to see you there. So have a beautiful rest of your day, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow.